Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A strong running. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people. Catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Timmy Jernigan, play him over the nose, play him at defensive tackle, bounce him out to defensive end. Wherever you want to put him, Timmy Jernigan can play.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 4.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They go jet sweep here with Chark, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
Come on now, let's go.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Mixon with a first down carry. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2nd down and inches. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Green. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. They'll drop the throw. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Minshew, 1st and 10. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
When you play against Carlos Dunlap, you have to think protecting your passer. He knows how to get upfield and rush the quarterback.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A first carry now for Thompson. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Let's go!
7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Set. 15 line. 15 line. All day and shoot.
First carry for Raquel Armstead. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
70, Indy. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Minshew. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On 2nd down, Armstead. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 14.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Minshew. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf. 55. Quit talking about it and bring it. Get it.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. His throw incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
On the ground. It's Thompson. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
60 outlaw. Switch. Ready.
Minshew throwing on third down. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
This is Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They toss to Mixon. And some room to maneuver. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down.
Let's go, baby.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
59. Mike's 59. You ain't going nowhere.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Here we go. Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Back to you.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there, yeah.
Oh,
and you went that far back, no bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
Set, 8, read.
First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Goes underneath to O'Shaughnessy. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win. Life's 54.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Off play action, it's Minshew. He's got it complete to Thompson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. So they pulled a little rabbit out of their hat, nearly for 6, almost got the fake into the end zone. Either way, they're set up really nicely.
So we all fell for the illusion, didn't we? Did they saw someone in half on stage
well
on
played.
that one? I mean,
well
that
played.
was something right there. We fell for the
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Minshew. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyler Eifert there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Charles, it's the second quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as the quarterback, but like I said, it's the second quarter, so how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool. But he's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
59 mark, 59 mark, check, 59.
Shoot. Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Open man is Uzama. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Get the ball. 5.
Now back to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's second and 8. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now. Partner, they're less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo. Check, 59. Yeah, that's what I do.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They send Green to the left on his own. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They're going to look to throw. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, again, they go with Armstead. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Minshew. And this is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 3rd and short.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up with Armstead. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it.
All ball, baby, all ball. It's on.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here we go, set, 50, plant. Big stop, team, big stop, let's go. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Check go.
On first down, Thompson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. 5.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Minshew. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Switch.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Break. 59. Mike's 59. It's been a long day for you. Hit it.
They'll run on first down. Mixon.
Let's go. Come on.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He was taken down by Cassius Marsh.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
2nd and 5. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Get it.
He'll look to throw, and it's incomplete.
Come on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check. Lightning. Now.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And able to find Green. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Go now. 10-2 start. Watch the pass. Here we go. And ready. Shoot.
Jet sweep. Boyd with it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Down. 10 Lobo. Check 55 the money. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see it. Go.
On first down, Thompson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 40.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The open man is Westbrook. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You got nothing. You got nothing.
They'll give it back to Armstead. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And that will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Set. 60 or. Hey, here we go. Snap.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 25 yards that time.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Come on, D. What? Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
59. Drop deep. Shoot.
Again, it's Mixon. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Go! 18 Gator. Watch left.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Let's go. 15 Lonnie. Check up. 5.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Deferring to Armstead on the draw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd down. It's Thompson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Right there. 54.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They run with Thompson. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. Fourth quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll turn to Thompson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. 4th and goal, Charles, all the time you see those offenses, especially the quarterback, the running back, looking over the sideline saying, don't send the kicker out. There they did it, and it paid off.
It's really nice to see what they wanted actually done. And how about the coaches getting their faith rewarded by a touchdown?
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They begin with a run by Mixon. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd and 3. He's got Green. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Again, it's Mixon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Green here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You better talk to your boy. You better talk to your boy.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
They're not ready for this. They still y'all playing the wrong football.
Mike's partner.
Snap.
They'll run here with Mixon. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Ready, ready.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now the Jags down on the scoreboard. 1:51 on the clock. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it first down.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
Beginning the drive here with Armstead. Von Bell up to make the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. To throw on 2nd and 6. Minshew. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Minshew, 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into territory. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It'll be Minshew again. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Off play action, it's Minshew. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.